that the USAID and the CIA helped orchestrate Trump's impeachment?
Yeah, I mean, Jesse, it's a crazy story. I mean, you might forget that, the House of Representatives impeached President Trump in December of 2019. Many people may not remember that it was a CIA analyst who was left over from the Obama White House who wrote the memo that led to the impeachment. It was all based on hearsay. The person had not actually been in the room with Trump.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I have a question. Is the Democrat Party over? Is it done? Has it been ended into perpetuity? We're going to talk about that more in this video today on Chat with Me, Linda B. All right, Warriors, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit all notifications so that you are always alerted of new content. Now, let's get into this video. So, Barack Hussein Obama and the Democrat Party, is it gone? Is it over with? In this last election, Donald J. Trump won with a mandate, winning the popular vote, all 7 swing states, overwhelmingly winning and taking control of the House and the Senate. But what's going on with the Democrat Party is that a lot of their skeletons have just keep falling out of the closet. So is the Democrat Party and Obama done for good? One thing I want to talk about is the Smith-Mundt Act, which was basically Barack Obama repealed it. The Smith-Mundt Act was an act that had some regulations in broadcasting that it had to be more truthful. But in 2013, July 2013, then President Barack Hussein Obama repealed it, allegedly allowing propaganda in the mainstream media. Reuters was paid allegedly $9 million to implement illegal social engineering and psychological operations against the American citizen with their own tax dollars. And I am going to read to you a little bit of the Smith-Mundt Act. Okay, this is legislation about the Smith-Mundt Act. This is USAGM.gov, and it states the U.S. Agency for Global Media and the media organizations that it supports can now make their content available in broadcast quality upon request within the United States. This is due to a law that went into effect on July 2nd, 2013, amending the U.S. Information and Educational Exchange Act of 1948, known as the Smith-Mundt Act. Amending Smith-Mundt for this purpose was part of the strategic plan adopted in 2011 by the governing board overseeing the then BBG. Congressman Adam Smith, Democrat out of Washington, Congressman Mac Thornberry, Republican out of Texas, co-sponsored the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act, which was introduced in 2010 and made part of a larger piece of legislation in 2012. The new law will let people across America see and hear the valuable news reported by the agency's accomplished journalists. It takes into account modern content platforms that are not restricted by national boundaries. I'm going to repeat that. It takes into account modern content platforms that are not restricted by national boundaries, such as the internet, mobile delivery, and satellite broadcasting. The modernization of Smith-Mundt will facilitate global connectivity and audience engagement and will provide greater transparency into publicly funded broadcasting. Okay. Now, I've been told that because of the modernization of the Smith-Mundt Act, that this has allegedly allowed propaganda into the mainstream media. And we all know Barack Obama was the president during that time. I was trying to figure out, when in the world did all of this propaganda just come into the media? I could not pinpoint exactly where it happened. I knew that it had to have happened in the 2000s. I was like, They weren't doing this during George W. Bush's presidency. I really don't remember that. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I think it was a little bit then, but it just went full blown at some point. And this tells me that it happened around 2012, 2013, that it is full blown propaganda. So is this why our nation is divided? Because some people believe the propaganda and some of us know not to believe it. Is this why we have so much Trump derangement syndrome? Is this why people who believe the left or who vote Democrat look at Republicans and conservatives like we are evil people that are racist or are self-hating? But did it stop working for some reason? Because Donald Trump won the presidency instead of Kamala Harris. Let's check something else out.
You have this new piece on Substack that the USAID and the CIA helped orchestrate Trump's impeachment.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse, it's a crazy story. I mean, you might forget that, the House of Representatives impeached President Trump in December of 2019. Many people may not remember that it was a CIA analyst who was left over from the Obama White House who wrote the memo that led to the impeachment. It was all based on hearsay. The person had not actually been in the room with Trump. Nonetheless, this memo that he wrote relied heavily on a report done by an organization funded by USAID. In fact, its initial founding funding, I mean, now it's tens of millions of dollars, had gone into this group called the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, a name that's not very memorable, OCCRP, but it was basically created as an extension of the State Department and then of USAID. And as you know, Jesse, this is very serious to be involved in an effort to do regime change at home, as we've been discovering as the files have come out with what Elon Musk has been doing. We know that USAID was really about regime change abroad. It was a kind of public-facing part, regime change operation like CIA, but not covert, more overt. Well, now you see a similar blowback, just like they did censorship abroad and brought censorship tools back home. They were doing this sort of thing abroad, creating a predicate essentially for Trump's impeachment. So I think it's just one of many revelations that we'll see coming out in the next few weeks.
So USAID was involved in regime change abroad and here at home. Very interesting.
Oh, wow. USAID. Yes, regime change abroad and at home. USAID and CIA involved in Trump's impeachment. So, yes, governmental agencies have been politicized against people who they vehemently disagree with. Well, now, at the time I did not know any better because I had TDS. And now the veils, the scales have fallen off my eyes, and I know the truth. Praise God. I know the truth. All right. So the truth will make you free. Yes, the truth will make you free. And I'm so glad about that, because it looks to me like the Obama regime and the Democrat Party, their house of cards has just fallen down. Their house of cards, the wind has blown them farther than the east is from the west. The regime, Obama, the Democrats, and all the evil powers that be that run things behind the scenes, the so-called shadow government allegedly running things, it's not going the way they want right now. And all these demon rats like Maxine Waters, Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer out in the streets just talking trash against this whole thing with Department of Government Efficiency and Elon Musk and the USAID not going where they wanted to go, is because they had their little grubby paws all in it, and they don't want to see their gravy train ending. But now it has come to an end. They say all good things must come to an end. All bad things in this case must come to a crashing halt, a crashing end. So the Democrats, Obama, House of Cards falling down. And so we have Fox News, and this is the director of the Central Intelligence Agency, John Ratcliffe. Let's see what we have here.
About what the Obama Justice Department ordered federal lawyers to do and not to do concerning the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge tells us in sworn testimony on Capitol Hill, one of the insiders told lawmakers what she was told.
During closed-door testimony last summer, former FBI lawyer Lisa Page said the Obama administration's Justice Department advised the FBI not to pursue the gross negligence statute for Hillary Clinton in the mishandling of classified information. Former U.S. Attorney and House Republican John Ratcliffe led the line of questioning about the statute, known as 18 U.S.C. 793. Ratcliffe, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you you're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors. Page interrupted. That is correct. Page's testimony appears to conflict with then FBI Director James Comey's recommendation in July 2016 against criminal charges for Clinton.
What I can assure the American people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear.
The Republican-led House Oversight and Judiciary Committee investigation ended in January. With Democrats now in control, the committee's new ranking Republican made the Page transcript public.
The transcript releases show an inherent two-tier system, one in which Hillary Clinton gets the treatment that she got, where there was actually at first concern that they were going to charge her, and then with Loretta Lynch in charge, before she recused herself, made it very clear that that was not going to happen.
The tip-off came from a chart drawn up by federal investigators assigned to the Clinton case known as mid-year exam. Fox News has confirmed that the chart listed possible federal statutes for prosecution. Next to gross negligence was a notation, quote, DOJ not willing to charge this. Only known cases are military, cases when accused lost the information. In response to the Page revelations, the president tweeted the transcripts, quote, make the Obama Justice Department look exactly like it was, a broken and corrupt machine.
The Page transcript also confirms Fox's earlier reporting that Page testified Russia collusion was still unproven when special counsel Robert Mueller was appointed.
All right, so this was something that was just posted yesterday. And this, of course, is information that happened years ago. But I just wanted to push that back out there because, of course, this happened, like I said, years ago. James Comey, the former director, everybody wanted to go easy on Clinton, ordering the FBI lawyer, go easy on her. The Department of Justice would not be going after this. But see, there is a two-tier justice system, as we already know, treating Democrats and Republicans, especially a MAGA Republican. If you're a rhino, you're pretty much a Democrat anyway, but the MAGA Republicans are treated harshly. So they went easy on her. And again, are the Democrats done? Has Obama and the Democrat machine, house of cards, completely fallen down? Completely. Another thing that I wanted to expose, that Obama's $570 million Solyndra scandal, that's nothing compared to the $2.2 billion California solar plant heading towards closure. A whole lot of money from the taxpayers. Green energy projects continue to scam the American taxpayer. Green energy projects. And again, we already knew that it was the green scam.
This will become the biggest solar plant in the world.
Not in China, not in India, but in California.
The Ivanpah solar plant went live 11 years ago. It was supposed to produce clean power for at least 30 years. Instead of solar panels, it uses giant mirrors to concentrate the sun's energy on these towers, which boil water, generating steam, creating electricity.
It's going to put about 1,000 people to work, building a state-of-the-art facility.
As part of his climate agenda, President Obama gave Ivanpah $1.6 billion in federal loans, a $535 million grant, a 30% tax credit worth about $600 million, and an accelerated depreciation schedule that allowed investors to write off their capital investment in just 5 years.
The fact of the matter is, American taxpayers wind up holding the bill, whether it's a Solyndra, whether it's this project here.
In addition to taxpayer losses, California's ratepayers were forced to buy Ivanpah power at 5 times the market rate to help meet the state's renewable energy mandate.
These are expensive subsidies And they just, not only do they cost the taxpayers, but they distort the market.
Others cite Ivanpah's impact on wildlife, killing thousands of birds who fly anywhere near the plant's intense heat, as shown in this government video.
Okay, so this Obama era solar plant in the Mojave Desert of California going to be closing. You know how Donald Trump feels about it. He says it's a scam. Green new scam, another way to get taxpayers to pay for something that's not really benefiting anybody but these evil, corrupt politicians. That's what I say. Obama, Democrats, Clinton, Pelosi, Waters, Schumer, you're done. Okay, it's over. You're just done.
Under the Biden administration, we've seen the rise of what many are calling Operation Choke Point 2.0, where federal regulators exploited their power, pressuring banks to cut off services to individuals and businesses with conservative dispositions or folks aligned with industries they just didn't like the color of one's skin in my family's history. I wholeheartedly believe that debanking someone over their political ideology is un-American and goes against the core values.
Major banks debanking Americans for their political views. Conservatives were being targeted. So this has come out. Everything is out in the open. And it was out in the open back then. But now these things are really going to be dealt with. Under this new administration, under the Trump-Vance administration, this is definitely going to be dealt with. These demon rats are screaming. They are so upset. You know why they're upset? They don't want this Trump. And they're going to be behind the scenes trying to do everything they can to not get into trouble. But this time, it won't work.
Senator, as someone who enlisted in the military specifically because of Al-Qaeda's terrorist attack on 9/11 and committing myself and my life to doing what I could to defeat these terrorists, it was shocking and a betrayal to me and every person who was killed on 9/11, their families and my brothers and sisters in uniform. When as a member of Congress, I learned about President Obama's dual programs that he had begun really to overthrow the regime of Syria, and being willing to, through the CIA's Timber Sycamore program that has now been made public, of working with and arming and equipping Al-Qaeda in an effort to overthrow that regime, starting yet another regime change war in the Middle East. DoD train and equip program, again, begun under President Obama, is widely been known, looked at, and studied, that ultimately resulted in over $500 million being used to train who they called moderate rebels, but were actually fighters working with and aligned with Al-Qaeda's affiliate on the ground in Syria, all to move forward with their regime change and not acknowledging what was obvious at the time and what has unfortunately borne true, which was that a regime change war in Syria, much like the regime change wars in Iraq, the toppling of Gaddafi and Mubarak, while these are all dictators, would likely result in the rise of Islamist extremists like Al-Qaeda taking power. I shed no tears for the fall of the Assad regime, but today we have an Islamist extremist who is now in charge of Syria, as I said, who danced on the streets to celebrate the 9/11 attack, who ruled over Idlib with an Islamist extremist governance, and who has already begun to persecute and kill and arrest religious minorities like Christians in Syria.
I understand.
Why that should be acceptable to anyone is beyond me.
It shouldn't
is
be.
certainly
And I
not in our
understand,
interest.
All of that under President Obama, causing the rise, all of those acts of regime changes, causing these extreme Islamists to rise up. You know, the Lord did warn me about Barack Hussein Obama the first time I laid eyes on him. And I couldn't be happy like most Black Americans that we were going to have a Black president the very first time. I just could not enjoy myself. I could not vote for him either time. I just couldn't. Somebody may not like the fact that I said that, but it is what it is. I have to listen to the Lord, not people. This is what we're up to today. It's a new day. It's a new day. And I believe we're in the golden age of America. The Lord has shined on this country, this nation, and also Israel. You know, the demons are saying that Donald Trump is doing something horrible. He said ethnic cleansing. I said in a live that I don't like the fact that Donald Trump said that. One of you all, some of you all quickly said, no, he did not say that. He did not use the term ethnic cleansing. He said Gaza, he was going to help rebuild Gaza, purge out the evil. The demon rats are using ethnic cleansing, as they always do. And I should have known better, and I apologize for that mistake. But the Democrats are up to no good as usual, racial grievances, pointing the finger at someone else and accusing them of the very thing that they are doing. They are in a corner and they don't know how to get out of that backed up corner. They are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Obama and the Democrats, house of cards just came tumbling down. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so that you are always alerted of new content. I do have a new show, The Linda B Show, right here on YouTube. You can watch my videos anytime. Like, comment, and share, subscribe. Notification bell there as well. You can also email me at chatwithmelindab@gmail.com. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.